Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
I think that this world, it needs men that are willing to make the hard call.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Ain't no thing like me except me.
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
Matt's coming. No. When do we start?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I am jovial, I am pleasant.
The last 15 minutes may have been the most funny 15 minutes in the history of the show that nobody will ever hear.
I'm sorry, that was only 15?
It's probably like 20.
I think it was closer to 30.
All I know is I got such good laughs. I can't even... oh my goodness.
Ideally, you are listening to the highest and crispest sound quality we have ever produced.
I hope so.
But
for your mental and just physical well-being.
But to get there, we've been places.
I've been here on the couch laughing my ass off at you.
What
the noises you've made.
Noises that were beyond range.
Like the guy who's like setting up his Christmas lights for the year and they aren't working. And you're like Clark Griswold, you just plug it in and it was working and it's not working. You were about 3 clicks away from having a full-on mental breakdown of epic proportions.
Crying and screaming in the corner.
The Editor's Note podcast with just Jared because Zach's in the loony bin.
The show almost ended tonight.
Let me try and recreate for you a couple of the sounds that came out of your mouth that had me in tears. There's this one too. This was my favorite though.
What's that? I wish you were exaggerating. Those are super accurate to my life. And just trying to make this work.
Oh my god, it was just...
I just want to give good sound quality, man.
You were giving great sound quality for me listening over here.
Just want to make the show work.
But like, right now...
I've committed hours of my day today working just on getting the best quality we can have audio-wise.
The setup is 2 laptops, 2 microphones. Zach has pulled most of his hair out.
I'm catching up to you.
Oh boy, that was low.
You know, I had a dream about you the other night.
Okay, please go on.
We were in a hotel together.
Okay, that's happened. It's real life.
You were a gentle lover.
No comment.
That part didn't happen.
Okay.
No, this is weird and out of the blue. Like, we were at a hotel. It was like 3 a.m. We're just talking.
Okay.
And I look out the window, and a volcano rises out of the ground and erupts. Like, you need to look out the window. Like, why? I'm like, there's a volcano.
Where were we? Like Portland?
I had no idea. Fictional dreamland.
Oh, wow.
But you were like, no, there's definitely not. I'm like, how did you not hear the volcano explode?
I was
I
loving.
wasn't
going to let the moment be ruined.
Like, things start erupting everywhere. Like, I barely survive.
That's what she said.
I have to, like, jump into the water and swim away from, like,
the
sentient lava. You're like, you can do it. I'm like, I can't. I'm not very good at swimming. This is tiring. I want to die.
You were a lifeguard.
I get out, and you're like, oh, it was the devil. Like, what do you mean it was the devil? You're like, the devil was hunting us. Like, so the devil can make sentient lava.
Wait. What's his name? Diablo?
Yeah.
Diablo! Last time you made that noise, you were in the old port.
Boy, that's a story I will never tell. Yeah, we were being hunted by the devil.
By the demon lava? Did I survive?
I don't know. I woke up eventually.
So, did you survive?
I don't know. I didn't get to the end of the dream.
Oh.
But either way, we were hunted by the devil and sentient lava.
Were you, really scared?
More surprised, I think. I'm like, the devil is hunting. Like, that's bad. That's not good.
Was I pretty calm about everything?
I mean, you were first mildly oblivious. You're like, there's no volcano. And then you were supportive, like, you can swim from the lava. I'm like, I can't!
So what we're saying is I was able to swim out ahead of you.
This is...
Being a superior athlete.
This is not the show for, like, physical prime.
Yeah.
This is the show of sloth.
But, so what we're saying is I was going to survive, ultimately, because you were slower and weaker.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. You've really summed up dream logic there.
The devil was going to... I appreciate your sacrifice that I may live.
I was just like, oh, it's the devil. Like,
Zach, I figured it out.
Huh.
Satan's involved. Don't worry, I've solved the mystery.
No, I'm just like, nice try, the
When you were
devil.
trying to get me to notice the lava in the dream where you're like,
Just turn around. No.
maybe because in this dream I was worried to turn my back to you for some reason in this hotel room.
That we had alone.
Were we on an upper floor?
I guess.
Did we? Okay, if we were on an upper floor...
You're asking for a lot of like details from a dream.
Well, this is important stuff. If we were on an upper floor, did we use the staircase in case of emergency, or did we go down the elevator like rebels?
Somehow I ended up in the water. So let's assume that we epically jumped from the window. I don't know.
Into some, like, meandering river?
Yeah, why not? But yeah, that's what I dream about. The devil hunting us.
Wow. I don't know if I'm flattered that I'm in your dreams, or if I'm horrified that it's being
The
chased
devil.
by Satan.
Yeah.
Beelzebub was coming for us in my dreams, said Zach.
In the form of random volcanoes.
And sentient lava.
Get ready for my 6-part comic book miniseries coming fall of 2017.
Now, here's going to be the real kicker.
Satan's Lava.
When this is actually
Copyright.
happening, and you have some deja vu. That would be... Zach, how did this go down the first time?
I don't know.
You did swim away from the demon lava, Zach. I trust you. I believe in you, Zach. I believe in you.
In my dream, I'm so lazy. I'm like, I can die.
I'm sleeping here.
There's a lot of effort going into this. I can go.
All right. Well, speaking of going,
go to the news.
Let's go to the news.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
You know what came out this week?
No, I don't.
New Star Wars trailer. But you know what? Don't watch it. There's a reason I didn't even tell you about it till just now.
Oh, why?
Just don't.
Is it the same as all the other Star Wars trailers?
There's nothing new that's really introduced, like story-wise, but they show you like a lot of really cool action beats, and I just felt disappointed. I'm like, oh,
that's the movie.
I wish I had seen that like in the context of the film. Like, there's a bunch of stuff like look at all those bodies in the background. Like, how did that happen? They just show you a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. So that's all ruined.
Don't for me. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, don't watch the new Star Wars trailer. I'm not doing a breakdown. I'm not saying what happened. There's a bunch of cool action stuff. Don't ruin it for yourself.
You're having a rough week.
I'm sorry I watched it.
Wow.
Don't watch Star Wars. Well, watch Star Wars, but don't watch the trailer.
Yes.
There's no point. There's no friggin' point.
A couple weeks away.
Yeah, why even release another trailer?
Why not?
It's like trailer number 6.
Attaboy. Get
it. Boo. Actually, no, we got a ton of Fox news this week.
All right. I know what you think about Fox.
I know, I just looked at like the list and like, that's like all Fox. Alien Covenant has moved up by a couple of months, and they have a new poster that had the date on it.
It's also a sick poster, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a xenomorph on the front. One word. Run.
And they probably have the first Alien probably has the best tagline of any movie in history. I guarantee you know it, even if you can't think of it off the top of your head.
Is it what? Nobody
in space?
Nobody can scream.
Yeah, that's such a good tagline, right?
I love it.
And this one's run.
Just run from the devil lava. It's coming for us. In the form of a xenomorph.
And this is another prequel to Alien, following up on Prometheus from a few years ago, which was total garbage. Really didn't like that movie.
No.
Not at all.
I didn't see it, so I can't speak.
There you go. It's not good. Don't watch it.
All right. Thanks for saving me 2 hours.
I redboxed it, and it wasn't worth it.
I
do that a lot. I redbox movies. Like, I watch a lot of movies, but I don't want to pay more than like $1 for them.
Well, it's like $1.99.
Yeah. You know what? It's not comic book related. I'm going to give it its due props. Go rent The Nice Guys. It's in Redbox right now.
Oh, you told me about this the other day.
Yeah, when I started it before we watched our terrible movie, and then I finished it after. That's a great movie, not a good movie. The Nice Guys is a great movie. Go rent that. Go watch it. It didn't make that much at the box office. I wish I had seen it in the theater. It's one of those movies I'm like, I just want to give you money for being as good as you are. Go rent The Nice Guys. Redbox it. Why are you still listening to the show? Keep listening, please.
No, listen. Listen to the show. After the show,
get
your ass into a Redbox.
It's really friggin' good.
Or Amazon Prime that shit.
I was so pleasantly surprised.
Really?
It's so good. It was great movie.
That's a
not comic.
When Zach says it's great, it's.
I regret only redboxing it on our scale of see it in theaters, redbox, and don't waste your time. I should have seen it in theaters.
I regret my decision.
It was such a good movie. Go rent The Nice Guys.
All right.
Moving on. Fox, with Alien Covenant being moved up, Fox has moved around their release schedule a little bit. One movie got removed, but they did add 2 untitled Fox/Marvel movies. One for November of 2018, and one for Valentine's Day in 2019.
Oh.
Romance with Fox Marvel, which means either X-Men or Fantastic Four. It's all they got left.
I'm guessing X-Men.
Probably. It could be Deadpool 2.
I saw a Fantastic Four poster.
No.
Oh.
No. It could be Deadpool 2. It could be New Mutants. It could be...
Deadpool makes sense for Valentine's Day.
Whatever the next X-Men 90s movie Craps is going to be.
I would almost be willing to put the money I make on this podcast on it being Deadpool for Valentine's Day.
Could be. It's very possible. The director of the next Wolverine movie, Logan, James Mangold, came out this week, and he had a quote about it being a little bit of a grittier movie. And he said, "The goal was to make something human. We made an effort to scale back on the gloss and green screen. If you're on the make for a hyper-choreographed, gravity-defying, city-block-destroying fuck-a-thon, this ain't your movie." I'm also going to say he's super British because I have never said in my life, if you're on the make for.
If you're on the make... I like it, though.
That's British, right? He's got to be British.
I would... If you're on the make for.
Yeah.
If you're out on the...
If you're on the make for a city-block-destroying fuck-a-thon, this ain't your movie.
With Devil Lava.
But, I
don't. I've never been on a destroy city block fuck-a-thon.
I really liked the Wolverine. The third act's a little weak, but
yeah,
I especially say go watch the unrated cut. That's a lot more fun. It's a lot bloodier.
There you go.
But whatever. I mean, I'm looking forward to this movie. I was thinking about it. The X-Men movies are a mess. Continuity-wise, even trying to watch them chronologically or the order they were released or anything, movies are top to bottom a mess. Well, they're still batting a little over 50%, and they're up to 10 movies.
Yeah.
There's 3 bad ones, 1 okay one, and the rest are pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think this will be a nice way to kind of wrap up this version of the X-Men.
Yeah. Anyway, there's been rumors that the whole series is getting rebooted, but there's been nothing that's been set in stone. So, I wasn't going to report on it. Now I kind of am. Maybe more X-Men, maybe less. I don't know.
That's like saying, maybe it'll rain tomorrow, maybe the wind will blow.
Yeah.
Real precise stuff there, Zach. Thanks.
New Star Trek show has started casting. They have 3 cast members officially down. But what's been changed, and I think we mentioned it before, but I don't remember, that 24 hours after it airs, it's apparently going to Netflix. But I think it wasn't coming to the US in Netflix. It was everywhere but. I really should have done more
CBS.
I should have done more research on this story. Forget it.
Why don't you get up on that?
Star Trek Discovery has 3 cast members. One's going to be a new kind of alien, one's a fungus guy, and one's a captain.
Oh. Is it like the mushroom that walked into the bar and said, "Hey, can I get a drink?" And the bartender's like, "We don't serve you here." And he goes, "Why not? I'm a fun guy."
I hate you. I hate you so much right in this moment. I hate you more than recording software. That's how much. That's what I'm doing on the inside. Because now people can hear me.
Hey, I was making pizza the other night. It was a Hawaiian pizza, and I burnt it. I should have cooked it on a low hot temperature. Yeah!
Speaking of X-Men movies, I know a few months ago we reported on there being a New Mutants movie in the works. I didn't fully believe it, even though they did a bunch of casting. But this week, an animatic was released online.
For those of you who don't know what an animatic is, it's a really crude animation of what the movie scene is supposed to look like when it hits the film.
Yeah, so they can plan on what the camera angles are going to be and get all their setups taken care of ahead of time. and it's more than just storyboarding. It's storyboarding, but in
motion.
Yeah. Why don't you... I know what happened in that, because I know the characters. Why don't you explain what happened in that animatic...
Some chick with a dragon on her shoulder and a glowing sword.
So
running at this bear with glowing eyes in this snowy forest.
So Ilyana Rasputin, or Magic, who apparently in this version has Lockheed, who's traditionally Kitty Pryde's space dragon.
A space dragon?
Runs that Demon Bear.
But he was pissed off. But he's Big Bear. I was like, damn, that's Big Bear. And so she does like this...
That might be a city block destroying fuckathon right there.
Very well.
Kind of looks that way.
This bear is out for bear, literally. Jumps up over the bear, kind of like stabs him in the back with her magic sword and everything. And then, which kind of looks like a lightsaber sword, kind of.
Ilyana's got a big sword.
Well, it's not about size, it's about how you use it.
That sounded weird.
But then, like, all of a sudden, they're, like, near this hospital, and the bear goes crashing through this skywalk. And
looks like Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane's a lady. She's pushing someone on a gurney.
Yeah, but then somebody comes around the corner, and it's like, "I'll take care of this. I can do one thing, but It's like I can only do one thing, but I can do it hard."
It's Cannonball.
Yes, and that's about where it ends.
Yeah, and he basically lights his butt on fire and fires like a cannonball.
Oh well, good for him. I mean. See, that's what we needed in your dream, is somebody could have, like, some butt fire to fight the hellfire. Maybe that's just me.
It is probably just you.
Alright, that's fair.
Came out yesterday, there's been a show in development, Buckaroo Banzai, that Kevin Smith was going to be the showrunner for. He has stepped down as showrunner.
I remember you showed me, like, a Buckaroo Banzai trailer once.
The movie's a lot of fun. I really recommend watching it if you're into, like, weird 80s movies. If you want to watch... a rocket scientist / rock god / neurosurgeon / a million other things.
Now we're talking.
All played by RoboCop. But he has stepped down from the series as showrunner, I guess. MGM Legal is suing the original creators to make sure that they have all of the rights, and it's like, I can't be a part of this, so...
That's fair.
I'm stepping away. Like, all the creatives at MGM were great, they're not the people I dealt with, this is the legal side of it, but I can't be a part of, suing creators of something that I loved.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, which,
It's the corporate side of things, and I get it.
It's nice seeing people with at least, an iota of integrity. That being said, Yoga Hosers is garbage.
Listen, don't judge the man on his misses. Judge him on his makes.
Well, I'll also stand by, like, you want to go make something weird, go make something weird. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah. Please, this man also brought you Mallrats and Clerks.
Yeah. He's done plenty good. He's also done some...
questionable.
Also, don't watch Red State. If we're mentioning things not to watch, that's also terrible. That one's worse. Watch Red State the least.
Red State, that's not the one with where Ben Affleck's wife dies. That's
Jersey Girl.
That's Jersey Girl. That's a good movie.
I like Jersey Girl. I don't care what people say. And I remember when I watched it, because I didn't see it for a long time, I went back and read all the reviews. It was all the reviews were like, this is his normal thing. Screw this movie. It's not great, but it's not bad.
No,
it's all about, like, a new father, insecure about raising his own daughter.
That's not his father's George Carlin.
Jersey Girl's fine. Leave Jersey Girl alone.
No, I'm not dissing on Jersey Girl at all.
But Yoga Hoser's real bad.
Oh, there it is.
real bad.
But you like Tusk.
I did like Tusk. I don't know, I'm fickle. And I saved this for the end, and I don't really have a lot to say, and I don't think you have anything to say, but the sad news of the week that I tweeted out earlier. Ron Glass passed away this week at 71, who's known mainly within this realm of being on Firefly and Serenity.
He was in some other stuff. I was trying to remember what it was.
His big role before that was on Barney Miller in the 70s.
Yes.
But I mean, he did a lot of stuff over his career. It was respiratory failure, but 71, man, is young.
71 is young. I'd like to make it past 71.
Yeah, I mean, if you were only going to 71, you'd be having a midlife crisis now.
Well, I wouldn't rule it out.
But that bums me out. I mean, if anyone who's talked to me for more than 5 minutes, it's Serenity Firefly, hands down. Like, half of my favorite things in this world probably come from that show. But
am I part of the other half?
Nah.
Yeah, well,
You're alright.
I guess
Stop trying to build yourself up.
I kept encouraging you to
swim from lava.
Yes, exactly.
But I guess he had some health issues, but still 71 and being a part of something so iconic, it sucks.
Obviously, condolences to his family and to his fans too.
Yeah, he's left a mark that's never going to be forgotten, which is more than most of us can say. So
it's true.
We're recording the show, and I'm poking my head over. I got not an image of him, but some comic artwork of him up on the wall. That was the first piece of art I bought.
You're getting real sentimental.
Well, that's what's kind of
yeah.
That's why I saw that page on eBay, and I didn't buy it, and then I found it later in person at New York Comic Con.
Really? It was destiny.
Yeah. Oh, I really like that page, though.
It's crooked on the wall.
Is it?
You need to get a level or something down here.
It's on the other side of the wall.
Oh, well.
Also, those frames are real crap.
Still. Lots of art.
Well, unfortunately, I'm stuck with those frames now. I've bought so many of them for uniformity. Calling you out, Michaels.
Wow.
Your floating frames, kind of crap.
Wow, so there goes any chance of a Michaels sponsorship for the show.
Fuck them.
Okay. Any other news?
No, that was sad news. He will be missed.
I don't think it's meriting you getting surly at Michaels over, though.
Looking at the crap frames.
That's awfully crass, man.
Whedon tweeted out, raise a glass. Pour it on the ground.
This is nice carpet.
Don't do it!
Sorry!
Oh. But that will do it for the news for this week. We are moving on to our topic.
This is not getting any better.
Yeah. If you thought you were sad before, get ready.
I'm the best there is at what I do. But what I do best isn't very nice.
It's time for an Editor's Note podcast review.
This week we're kind of in between themes. We're out of magical, mystical November, the mystery month of wizarding magic.
So why in the hell did you make me watch this thing?
Because I wanted to do this one, and then starting up next week, with the exception of Star Wars, we're going to be into all holiday themed stuff.
So it's not. It's first we watched this piece of garbage, and now we have to also watch the Star Wars holiday special.
I'm not even going to tell you everything that's coming up. There's not next week, but the week after, there's one I'm just going to drop on you.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. It's only like 20 minutes long. I'm going to make you watch it right before we record.
Come on.
No.
Is it gonna make me upset?
It's worse than what we watched tonight.
Is it gonna anger me?
You'll be amazed that only 20 minutes of your life have passed when it will feel closer to 5 hours.
Can you give me a hint? Does it involve something I like?
I just told you it's Christmas.
Will it ruin something I like?
I don't know, probably not.
Will it ruin Christmas?
Yes. That one, yes.
You Scrooge.
But this week we are going to talk about the unreleased 1994 Fantastic Four movie. How did we watch it? It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Bootlegged versions have made their way around. We're going to do this a little bit different. Normally when we do a review, we do non-spoilers and then spoilers.
Let me spoil it for you. The movie sucks.
Yeah. We're going to save you a little bit, and we'll just...
If you're familiar with Mystery Science Theater 3000 or Riff Tracks, that's how I survived the movie. I was riffing on this thing all night long.
He lost steam after about 15 minutes.
Because it was so god awful.
So yeah, instead of doing a traditional review, we're just gonna recap this little oddity of comic book history. So
it looks like a penis.
That's your biggest complaint?
No, that's scratching the surface.
So
all downhill from there, man.
So a little bit of history surrounding this movie, and it's a little bit unclear. There are some conflicting reports. So the short version is, and I'm sure I'll talk about this many other times, comic books in the 90s exploded in a big bad way. More than any other time in history. Marvel was soaring high, but then they had to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It was the speculator market. People were buying early Action Comics #1s from 38, and people were going oh, these people are multimillionaires, so if I buy a bunch of stuff now, in 20 years, it will be worth a lot of money. and books were selling insane numbers, like 1,000,000+ copies a book, which now, like, if someone hits like 30,000, they're like, God, comparatively.
Yeah.
Also, side note, everything from the 90s is worthless and you wasted your money. I don't even buy 90s books most of the time.
Really?
They're all worthless.
Because everybody has them.
Yeah.
It's like it flooded the market.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, it's the speculator market. They
You should use that. You should, if you ever teach economics, be like, 90s comic books, that's what inflation's like. They flooded the market.
And then it crashed hard, so Marvel had to sell off a bunch of their character rights. And at that point, and Stan Lee had been working on the West Coast for a while, kind of removed from Marvel Comics, just trying to be like Hollywood and not do the comic book thing. But with all of these contracts, so if people ever say, like, why are they making another, like, Spider-Man movie? They don't need to make that. Well, yeah, they legally do. The idea is that if you don't make a movie within X amount of time, your studio will lose the rights and it'll revert back to Marvel. So people legally need to make these movies, which also might be why we get a bunch of crap movies.
But not like...
So this is currently unconfirmed. Like I said, there are conflicting rumors from producers, Stan Lee, director, but the general belief is that this is a movie that was made for $1 million, completed, top to bottom, was advertised, was totally finished, and then was never released, just to retain the rights to the Fantastic Four. Allegedly. And I'll pimp this out too. I think the guy's name's John Schnepp, I think. There's going to be a documentary coming out about this movie relatively soon. It's going to be done by the same guy who he did a documentary on Superman Lives. It was when Nick Cage was going to be Superman. It was never released. He did a whole documentary, like interviewed.
It did get 29% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 3.9
How?
on IMDb.
But he released a documentary about one of the unproduced Superman movies that made it fairly far into production. It's a really good documentary. The guy really does a great job at what he does. I'm really looking forward to his Fantastic Four one. He's an indie filmmaker. Go throw money at him. He deserves it.
Yeah, it's called Doomed.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And maybe we'll get a little bit more of answers, because right now it's a little bit of conflicting stories.
But it seems way too campy.
It's not even...
And like, it's beyond campy, but it's
terrible.
Because, I mean, you had other movies, superhero movies at the time.
The last one at that point
like
would have
Batman Returns was 92?
Yep.
And that was phenomenal. This looked like it was like straight up B movie. You don't like Batman Returns?
I got issues.
Alright, that's fair.
Show for another day. But yeah, so the last movie that would have come out would have been Batman Returns in 92 for superhero stuff, and then there was supposed to be this in 94. And what they did to keep it cheap is they went to B-movie horror god Roger Corman, who I think has worked on over, I forget, is it 300 or 400 films? The man produces movies and pumps them out insanely fast. If you can think of, like, silly-looking B-movie stock footage, you're probably thinking of a Roger Corman flick. He's astounding, and what he's done is insane. He's done so much. He has done more movies than I think anyone in history, including this.
So, just to give you an idea, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me read some of these reviews for you. The Fantastic Four is a must-see for any lover of bad movies. It's that awful. Kevin Carr of 7N Pictures. More interesting as a cinema footnote than actual cinema, it sets modest entertainment goals for itself and flunks those. Rob Gonzalez of eFilmCritic.com. Oh, here's one. It's definitely one of my favorite bad films, ... Felix Vasquez Jr. of Cinema Crazed.
So I've never seen this movie before. I've been aware of it for years. Never watched it. I made Jared come over to watch it with me. And the drinking game I came up with was, when something looks cheap, drink. And we were dead in 10 minutes. We're actually ghosts. We're recording this from beyond the grave.
I'm pickled.
It ultimately ended up turning into sip every time something looks cheap, because otherwise it was a dangerous game.
Yeah. Here's a guy named Luke Baldock. He's a super reviewer on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. It's cheap, it's shoddy, but it is entertaining. The effects are amazingly bad. They should be commended given the circumstances. The stretching sequences are so painful, though they always bring a smile.
So that being said, we're just gonna get into this movie. Spoilers, 100%. We're not doing non-spoilers. We're just gonna talk about this movie. Alright, you want to start this off? I've written down some notes chronologically of what happens if you want to steal them. Or we can read it on Wikipedia.
It starts off with Richard Reed.
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. It's so poor they fucked his name up. And
Victor Von Doom.
Trying to harness the power of Colossus, but it's like they're in like an MIT kind of classroom setting with some wild, crazy professor. It's like
Colossus is a comet for some reason.
Yes.
And they're trying to harness what?
The power of Colossus.
What's that mean?
No freaking clue.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I didn't miss important plot detail.
Did you know what?
No, I have no idea why that crystal was there. That crystal is...
That was a diamond.
Yeah, whatever.
But we haven't got to that yet.
It's such a major plot point, and they never explain it.
So they try to...
harness the power of Colossus.
And there's a backfire.
Not the amazing X-Men character.
Yeah, there's like a backfire, there's electricity everywhere, and this really expensive lab that apparently these guys have pieced together out of I don't know what. But Von Doom gets lit up like a Christmas tree.
But what's weird, so before that, so we know that they're going to do this experiment. So...
Oh, we found the boarding home.
Yeah, Reed, like a 35-year-old man, lives in a boarding home for some reason.
Hey, college is expensive, man.
But inside that boarding home, so they go to him, like, the Storm Family Boarding Home or whatever it's called, something like that.
Yeah, it was.
And then Reed goes in there, and this woman walks up to him. I'm like, oh, maybe that's Sue. That was
the woman who runs the boarding home.
That was Sue's mother. Sue is like 14?
Maybe. But who was up there with
Ben was up there.
Ben was up there with...
We didn't know that was Ben at the time, though. It was just this weird adult with Johnny.
Yeah, playing an Atari game where everything's just blowing up really bad.
So, I mean, for anyone
already unwatchable at this point.
So, for anyone who knows the Fantastic Four, I mean, you know that Reed and Sue get married. So we have Reed, like I said, 35-year-old man, and then we introduce Sue, who's maybe 14. I'm like, we've taken a weird turn.
It's got real awkward,
right,
real fast.
Right off the bat, I'm like, that's not good. And they live together in this. Okay, yeah,
it's.
You made me real uncomfortable. Movie real fast.
So it's either that or like the guy who's playing Reed is like.
I think he's supposed to be college aged. He's definitely not.
No,
he's definitely 35.
Yeah.
But then I kind of got a good feeling about this movie in the beginning because there's this big explosion.
That was the whiskey.
That's on Earth with Victor Von Doom. I'm like, oh, this is how they get their powers. It's just this explosion. We're not going to have to deal with them going into space because that's always weird and contrived.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just how it happens.
No.
Nope. I'm like, oh, this will work. I was wrong.
They get to the hospital.
That was real wrong.
And these people, who I don't even know who they were.
They're like, he's dead. But secretly he's not, and we're going to make him the leader of our country for some reason.
But they're like, His Highness, all right, like, how do they select? There's no explanation as to why these two people are just waiting around the board for some guy at some point be like, yep, we're going to choose you.
You rule us now.
Yeah, we saved your life, so rule us. Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
But these two nudnucks all moving along are like...
Just wear sunglasses at night.
Yes, and one of them has a beard. They're like the stereotypical idiot henchmen. Like, straight up, dumbass, stupid, witless, ridiculously cockamamie, shit for brains henchmen.
You're running out of words.
There's more creative dialogue in the last 5 seconds from me than there was from these two losers in the whole friggin' movie.
But then we cut to 10 years later.
That didn't take long, but it felt like 10 years already in this movie.
And Reed is talking to Ben, who we didn't know was Ben originally when he was playing video games with Johnny. And Reed's like, I need a pilot for this spaceship because I'm going after Colossus again. And Ben's like, all right, I'll be your pilot, but we're gonna need some help. So, Reed, why did this happen? Reed, for no discernible reason, goes to find Sue and Johnny, who he hasn't seen in 10 years, and just goes, hey, wanna go to space?
There's like no discernible training on this rocket at all.
No, they're not astronauts. There's no nothing. Like, Reed hasn't talked to them in 10 years.
Where's Reed got the money to build this damn thing?
Why did he go to Sue and Johnny? He's like, hey, wanna go to space?
But here's like one of the most contrived lines of the whole damn movie.
Well, no, before this, I think that 90% sure that Ben was sleeping with Sue and Johnny's mother. She like runs over, she's like, Ben, and he picks her up and swings her around. I'm like, is this a thing?
Well,
they getting it on? I think they're getting it on.
So, not even like the fact that these
civilians... We learn later on, Ben has a way with the women.
Oh, Ben. Ben is a stud.
They fall in love with him for literally no reason.
And they can't say it was at first sight either. So, anyway. So, there's this moment they frame up all
well, first, like, Reed and Sue see each other, get within, like, half an inch. She's like, whoa, space? She's like, space. Good writing.
Good. And they're there, and this woman who runs the boarding home goes,
their mother.
It's the Fantastic Four. And I'm like...
And then I punched my TV, it fell over, and we stopped watching the movie.
No, I wish that's what happened. So they head to the Baxter building.
Oh, you noticed it was the Baxter building. Good for you. You noticed a thing.
You know what the address of the Baxter building was?
Oh, it was like 444. Yeah.
But they had
so bad.
They had the spinning newspaper wipes.
Oh, you think that's a bad wipe?
So they're at the Baxter building, and they're having this diamond delivered to help them when they
go to space. Because they're going to space.
Weird little goblin dude friggin' lifts up the manhole cover. He looks like the Leprechaun from the movie The Leprechaun.
Compared to like the Lucky Charms Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Struggle with that.
You ever seen the movie Leprechaun?
I've seen Leprechaun in the Hood. I think it was Leprechaun 4.
I feel like it's similar.
He also went to space.
Did he?
He's done many things.
There's a lot of that going around recently.
He's also an Ewok.
Oh, really?
Wicked.
Warwick Davis?
Yeah, it's Warwick Davis.
Oh, okay. Warwick Davis is also in Harry Potter.
Yep. And he's also in Willow. As Willow.
He is.
But, so this character, I looked into him. He's a character that they only say his name once, I think. They call him the Jeweler. In the entire movie, I was going, oh, look at Mole Man go do his thing.
Nope, not Mole Man.
And then I looked it up. The Jeweler has never appeared in anything else ever. He was definitely just Mole Man, and for some reason, they didn't use...
The lord of this underground band of miscreants who have no bearing on the movie whatsoever.
So, Mole Man, premiering in Fantastic Four #1, and they're like, the Jeweler, a Mole Man-esque character. I'm like, what are you doing?
My problem with this movie...
What are you doing, movie?
We're gonna get to it. There's no plot.
Yeah, I don't...
There's no,
because I know, I said, when we got I'm like, oh, we're at the halfway point, and he went, has anything happened? I'm like,
nope.
No, nothing actually has happened yet. I thought it was going to when some stuff blew up, but I was wrong.
Somehow Dr. Doom is, spying on the lab in the Baxter building, so what's going on. This a-hole, which before that, they're walking through the lobby of the Baxter building, and Ben, the stupid-ass klutz that he is in this movie, bumps into this woman who drops a statue.
Ben just almost assaults a blind woman.
She's blind! Doesn't realize. And then she, gropes his face, and then all of a sudden, they're in love.
Well, he gets real weird with her, he runs into her, and she's like, oh my god, my work is destroyed. And then he picks her up, she starts struggling, he's like, it's okay, you're safe now. No, she was safe before you picked her up like an invalid.
She was safe before you ran into her and broke her goddamn statue.
She's not inept, she's just blind.
Yeah.
Stop treating her like she's disabled. Mentally. Oh my god, it's so weird.
I can't even.
It's like, it's okay. You're safe now. Put her down!
Why are you touching the blind woman?
You creep!
So anyway,
the jeweler
comes in, steals the diamond,
switches out for a fake one for some reason. Like, why not just take it?
Which looks identical to the one that they took, but regardless.
He's like, I can smell diamonds. Like, that's weird. It's a weird skill.
That's why he put it in there. Cubics go. So anyway, these 4 assholes go into space.
For Colossus.
For Colossus. In the process of collecting Colossus.
I don't understand. I don't understand
I wonder how
anything.
They're, like, beaming it down to the lab and at the Baxter building and not have anyone notice or destroy it. But it feeds back.
Are you reading my notes? Go to space.
Go to space. They blow up in space.
Because they have the wrong diamond. And Colossus the comet, or the energy, or whatever it is, blows them up. End of movie, they're all dead.
Yeah, you would think, if we were lucky. No, in their little tinfoil baked potato wrapped spacesuits, they end up God knows where, all together.
They're like in Eastern Europe or something. They crash. Not a scratch on them.
Yeah, figure that one out.
The whole ship is destroyed and it's strewn over a mile.
Yeah.
But they're all fine. They're like, huh, that's weird. We're all still alive.
Then they discover they have some powers.
Yep.
With the Flash. Setting
the
stuff
Flash.
Not the Flash. The
Human Torch.
Sneezes and sets a bush on fire.
That's his power. He sneezes and things are engulfed in flame.
The whole rest of the movie, he has to say flame on for anything to happen.
Oh, no, I want to talk about that in a little bit. So he sneezes. He's like, there's a fire there.
Yeah.
And then Reed stretches and it's real bad.
Well, no, because he's reaching out to save Sue from falling out of some shrapnel.
Because Sue's invisible.
And then all of a sudden Ben shows up and oh.
Things are fine with Ben. Nothing's changed. Yeah. And then they go to sleep.
Yeah.
And by the way, Reed just won't stop hitting on Sue. And she's like, not in front of Johnny. He's like, I don't care about Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny! Stock the fire, Johnny! We know you can do the flaming sneeze.
Johnny! Keep me and her warm tonight.
Oh, it's so weird. And then they wake up and Ben's the thing.
Yeah, they wake up and like...
Which, you know what? In all fairness... you gave a crap earlier. I disagree. For 1994,
that's not bad. Really, in all reality, it's
for
not bad.
For having that animatronic suit in 94, it's not the worst.
That's probably 500,000 of the $1 million budget went.
The other half went into Doom suit, which also isn't terrible.
No,
everything else is pretty awful.
So anyway, they're like,
when they get their costumes, what did you say? Are they wearing a dickie?
Yeah. Oh, we're not there yet, though. But yes, I think they were wearing dickies.
So, this random military organization shows up. They're like, we're here to rescue you. And they're like, hooray, we'll trust you, the military.
They're with American flags. I mean, no. Dr. Doom sent them.
We're in Eastern Europe, where the Americans aren't.
Yes.
And my favorite is, there's the scientist who's going to interview all of them, who's secretly working for Doom. The plan is that he's going to harness the power of the previously named Fantastic Four and do something with it.
Yeah.
But they interview everyone. He can't get a blood sample from anybody, which is funny, because, he goes to, Ben, and Ben's obviously rock.
Yeah.
And Sue's invisible, and Reed's like, oh, I can get one from you, right? But my favorite is Johnny, because he goes to get, he's like, so what's your deal? And Johnny goes, flame on! And then...
fire shoots out.
Except all they do is they just shine a red light on him.
Oh.
They're like,
oh,
that means Johnny's hot, because now there's a red light on him.
So,
who also, by the way, by far the worst actor in this movie.
Oh my God,
he's the worst. He's like, whoa, flame on! So I guess we know the magic words now. I hate you so much.
Jeez, just sniff some pepper, man.
Yeah. I hate him so much.
But then they send these guys in to try and force a blood sample out of him. And they beat the shit out of him, and the screen just spins when it does it.
Oh, I forgot about... Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
What happened? All of a sudden, they're all dressed up, and they leave.
No. We need to slow down and, explain this. These guards come in, and they're like...
There's no explanation.
We're here for your blood. And then Ben stands up, and they're like, there's going to be a showdown. And then they take that frame, it spins, you just hear, pew, 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 pew. And then it stops spinning, and Ben's like... took care of those guys.
But then they leave Ben behind. Well, they go
for some reason
this castle, which all bad guys have castles on cliffs. Because they're playing like cards with these knocked out guards.
Well, before, yeah.
No, before. No, we're not going back. We're
no.
forward. This is...
We're doing that because we're missing the side story of the jeweler capturing Alicia.
Oh, she has a name?
Yeah, she's a major character.
Oh, okay.
Alicia Marsters. Yeah, she's with Ben. She breaks up with him for a bit, dates Johnny, but yeah, overall, she's an actual major character.
Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Okay.
And to give this movie some credit, they do pull, with the exception of the jeweler, they pull characters, they pull proper origins. There's even a few shots. There's a couple that you made fun of. You're like, that looks stupid. I'm like, no, they're just straight pulling images from panels. Like, I recognize this stuff.
Okay.
Like when they all like put their like four hands together and there's this one shot. That's from issue 1. They took some very direct references from the Fantastic Four books. But Alicia's off being blind and sculpting Ben from their one kind of awkward interaction. And the jeweler, not Mole Man.
Wait, isn't she? But wasn't there like a crate delivery of like 4 head busts of like people killed in a? There's like building a memorial for.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
It's like how did they figure that out and how did they get cast to their face right away?
Well, she's making it because she touched his face once.
No, but remember that package that she got, the crate with the 4 faces in it?
I thought they were generic faces and she was going to build on top of them.
Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. But she's like, the jeweler like saw her in the lobby of the Baxter building and said, "She will be my queen."
Bride.
Same thing.
Well.
Bride queen.
She's not really going to be his equal.
No.
But he captures her.
Well, no. Okay, so she captures...
After, we have, 5 minutes of her sculpting Ben's face for some reason.
He's, slapping it down. So, go back to the castle.
Doom wants the crystal that the jeweler has so he can capture the power of Colossus.
But then he decides, well, maybe I can just extract it from them. That's a pretty decent fight, except for nobody really does anything except for Ben.
Well, no, you jumped too far ahead. So we cut back. They break out of this military base. And Ben's like, I'm a freak, I'm a monster, oh my god, I'm gonna go...
How they break out is hilarious. Because Johnny's just shooting his fire at this wall for 5 minutes.
And then Ben just punches it. He's
the extent of the fight. Mr. Fantastic kind of does a couple of... He stretches his leg.
That's when he just trips a couple of guys.
Sue stands between 2 guys with guns, goes invisible, and these 2 idiots shoot each other in the face.
To death.
Alright?
Luckily in the face. Johnny shoots a wall with his fire, where they recycle the same shot.
And Ben's
and does nothing. And then Ben just punches the hole in it. He's like,
Ben runs through
shut
the wall.
up, Johnny.
He's like, it's clobbering time.
Because he doesn't overuse that at all.
He does it 4 times. So yeah, Ben's like, I'm a freak, I'm a loser, I can't...
I'm going to go live with the jeweler.
Sue went to Michael's and made some friggin' Fantastic Four uniforms.
Out of a dickie.
Yeah, it's like a blue spandex suit, but with a white turtleneck that sits over top of it.
But I showed you, in the comic books, probably Sue's worst costume.
You said it was a good costume.
No, it's the worst.
Oh, the 4, that's a hole?
Yeah, like Sue Storm's 90s Fantastic Four costume.
Yeah.
Where she has a boob window that's in the shape of the number 4.
We'll get to the shape of the number 4 in a minute.
This is probably about when it happens, because it caught me so off guard.
Yeah, there's a
So, the movie plays out, for the most part, pretty normally. And then, it's probably right around here.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, there's a screen wipe that happens, but it's just the number 4 that explodes out of nowhere, wipes the screen.
It was when Ben got back. And they decided it was time to... So Ben is roaming the streets, he's getting that typical, Hulk outcast thing. Finally stumbles across
this man, this monster.
Stumbles across the jeweler's people, and the jeweler's like, you can live with us. And he's like, oh, I got this big enforcer now.
He's just
Sees Alicia.
He's like, I'll live with you. Wait a second, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. And then Alicia figures out it's Ben, and she goes, I love you. And he transforms back into Ben.
Yeah, he just loses the thing.
He's not the thing anymore.
You met once and he kind of accosted you, and you love him?
And then you made him not be the thing.
Yeah, now he sucks.
And then he gets pissed off and becomes the thing again.
Yeah. He's.
It was like, Well, that was really good for 3 minutes.
Yeah, it couldn't have been longer than 3 minutes where
Maybe
he was just
not.
regular again.
They probably took about as much time for him to go from being the Thing to Ben to being the Thing again as it did for them to meet and fall in love.
But then Doctor Doom shows up, and this is, at this point, overall, my rating for this movie is don't bother watching it, but watch the last 20 minutes. Like, skip everything. You don't need to watch it. You don't need context. We just gave you context. Watch the last 20 minutes, basically starting here.
And they
Because this is when things get...
the same fight that they did earlier.
No, but so the jeweler has Alicia, like, at gunpoint. He's like, serve me the Thing or I'll kill her. He's like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. And then Doom comes in, he's like, hey, I want your crystal. And then he takes Alicia.
Yeah.
And the jeweler just goes away. We don't see him again.
Yeah, Drew was like, well, that's because...
Well, that's my plot in this movie.
Well,
done.
They tried to shoot Dr. Doom, and he's all bulletproof, and then Dr. Doom's two henchmen lay waste to all the jeweler's people.
But then the other members of the Fantastic Four show up like, Ben, we couldn't let you go. We're a family or something. And he's like, oh, cool. Let's go punch this other guy in the face.
It's clobbering time.
And then they have a fight, which is very brief. But my favorite moment is the fight ends, and Dr. Doom literally goes, this isn't an exaggeration, just goes, like, all of his henchmen lose.
This is when he was escaping. This is the escape.
Yeah.
Before we got here. This is early in the movie.
No,
yeah, it was. Whatever. When he escaped. But this is funny.
But Dr. Doom just goes, huh, and turns and leaves.
Yeah.
Like, what? What happened?
But the big fight.
That's all he did.
Yeah, that was hilarious. They all escaped. He looks around. All his henchmen are dead. He goes, huh.
And leaves. It's amazing.
So the big end fight is pretty much the same thing. Sue gets in between a couple of people, goes invisible. This time they punch each other.
Yeah, but then later on...
You would think they'd have it in the henchman training manual now. Sue Storm is invisible, so if you're she's standing between you, don't do anything.
But at this point in the movie, she's only been invisible, and then there's a point where she activates, like, her force fields, and you just went, what the hell just happened? Like, oh, they not cover that? She also can do force fields. Like, no, they didn't cover that.
No, they didn't mention that at all. Or how she discovered that she has a mystical ability.
And I love Reed goes and he punches people. So what they do for the Reed stretchy effects is they strap a camera on top of a fake arm, and they follow the fake arm, like punching multiple people in the face, and that counts as a stretch effect.
It was...
So Dr. Doom's plan is he's going to shoot this laser from Eastern Europe to destroy New York.
Yes.
So Johnny Storm, who at this point has basically sneezed and been a red light.
And, like, shoots fire out of his hand.
Yeah, that one.
Takes off like a goddamn rocket.
Does. It's like a rocket launching. And I think that must be what they do.
Yeah.
He yells, flame on! And then he becomes 1994 $20 CG to become a
like
full
1995.
He's like a fully rendered CG character.
Like $19.95. Yeah. It was the last little bit of the budget.
And then he chases the laser, stops it, and then goes into space for some reason.
I don't know how he ends up in space.
I don't understand how that laser shoots from Eastern Europe to destroy New York and then goes to space.
How does it get there on a straight line? It has to bend.
No, it doesn't make sense. But when we were watching it, I said to you, I'm like, if you showed me these graphics and said this is from a completed movie, I wouldn't believe you.
No.
It's...
And then, okay, Dr. Doom?
Unbearably bad.
He like does the classic villain thing where he steps off the side of the building and then falls to his frigging death.
Oh yeah, no, he's just like walking along and Reed punches him. He's like, that's for Ben! And that's for me being a stretchy guy, and that's for 1994 CGI Johnny.
And this is for this movie being terrible.
And Doom falls off the ledge. He's like, save me, Reed. And then Reed goes and he stretches the crap. And he's like, haha, when you pull me up, I'm just going to be a dickhead. Reed's like, why? Then why am I pulling you up?
But then his little like glove thing falls off.
Yeah, then his gauntlet, like, Doom's costume. Doom did a real crap job of riveting himself into his own costume.
Yeah.
And he falls to his death. And then Reed pulls up the gauntlet and leaves it on the side of Doom's castle. And the gauntlet starts to crawl, Evil Dead 2 style.
Oh.
And then setting it up for a sequel that we're sure to see soon.
And then, on top of this, Sue and Reed get married, and
The fakest arm comes out of the top of a limo.
yeah, but they're wearing their Fantastic Four uniforms.
I love that. Yeah, they didn't have formal wear at the wedding. They're like, this counts. Doesn't count.
Oh, the thing was
Real
there.
crap.
He wasn't in his formal wear.
Because he loves Alicia. Because they met that one time.
He has pants, kind of.
He does have, which you know is better than the 2015 version where he didn't have pants.
Probably better that way.
Yeah.
But then his big stretchy arm is out the window of the limo waving.
There's this big plastic, not plastic, there's this big rubber arm they're just waving back and forth on a
the movie
string.
ended.
It's only 90 minutes long.
Mercifully, the movie ended. It was bad.
Going off of our normal rating system of see it in theaters, red box it, or don't waste your time, I'm going to say YouTube the last 20 minutes.
Or, I mean, if you're really bored and just want to get drunk, watch the movie and drink every time you see something that makes you go, what? No. Ugh. Those three things right there. What? No. Ugh.
This movie's amazing. And in the worst way, I don't know if it was ever intended for release. One of the producers, Avi Arad, who did a lot of the early, mid-2000s Marvel stuff, he apparently ordered every copy of this film to be destroyed. Didn't happen. Also, he's a crap producer and doesn't know what he's doing. Unrelated, but, screw that guy.
I would riff track it in a heartbeat. I would watch it again if we could make fun of it, record it, and then allow people to download it and watch the movie without running commentary.
Yeah, if you want to find this movie, I went to YouTube, typed in Unreleased Fantastic Four. The whole thing's there. It's a pretty bad bootleg, though. There's a bunch of, tracking issues. It's clearly being pulled from, a VHS.
I mean, I look at this as, it is so bad.
Boy, how many times in 2016 can we say, there's some tracking issues on that tape?
Not very many. It's so bad, it does have some, moments where it's you're able to laugh at it. It's that kind of, it's Mystery Science Theater movie type bad.
You know what's sad, though?
Not to say the riff track on Mystery Science Theater 3000, hilarious. The movies they're watching, usually not.
This is still the best Fantastic Four movie I've ever seen, and it's a sad, sad thing.
Oh,
Next week we do Christmas.
thank God.
And you know what?
What?
To be nice to you, I've given you 1 week of something good.
Ooh, what is it?
We're doing some Batman stuff. But then we're doing something awful.
Oh.
And I'm not telling you what it is until you show up. I'm gonna make you it'll be another one that I've never seen in its entirety. We're just gonna do it.
Okay.
That'll do it for our topic. We're gonna move on to that
Letters
other
from the editor.
Yeah, that other topic we do.
Here's your letters to the editors. To submit your questions, email us at editorsnotecomics@gmail.com.
And I know I do this sometimes. I'm kind of lazy with it. I just kind of write down a paraphrased version of a letter.
That's fine.
Sometimes I read the full email. Sometimes just kind of jam it down to one sentence. Who would your nemesis be?
Huh. Work.
It's a real broad question.
I don't know.
I don't think I would have a comic book nemesis. I don't feel like any villain would be he's very...
Not having money.
Well, he's inconsequential. It doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to...
I would be like, Darth Vader's my nemesis. I'm going to run away. We're not nemesis.
That's a tough
C's.
question. I don't want I wouldn't want to publicly call somebody out on the podcast.
It's Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
It's
a Fantastic Four movie from 1994.
You know, at least 1994 Dr. Doom, I feel like I could beat up.
We can't shoot him. He's bulletproof, but
I could definitely, just pull on his poorly riveted suit.
You could.
If I were to have a nemesis, and I really don't, he'd be someone almost identical to me, but with a better metabolism and just be, more jovial and a little bit funnier than me, so people liked him just a little bit more than me. And he would probably like me, but I would hate him.
I'm sitting right here.
No, that's
Why
not...
you gotta talk about me like that? I'm sitting right here, asshole.
That would be my nemesis. The guy who's a lot like me, but a better version of me.
I'm sitting right here.
I actually think in that scenario, I'm the villain?
Yep.
Because I dislike the better version.
Funny how it backfires, isn't it? I would think my nemesis is probably
Good taste.
yes. I would say like coach or team that I can't beat, and like I like them and I respect them, but it's also like son of a bitch. I hate losing, but like
So,
it's
like
a
me, you're-
self-created nemesis because it's like I like them.
Your
they're a nice
nemesis is
person,
also
but,
your
like,
better.
Isn't everyone's nemesis always some sort of better than them in some way, or so they challenge them
Nope,
to
we're
be better?
we're both just villains now.
But I'm the nicer bad guy. I'm the likable one. I'm the
Uh,
anti-hero.
not the hero this podcast needs, but the one it deserves, or whatever that dumb quote is. That's a dumb thing. It's a dumb way to end a movie.
Yeah, well.
And a dumb way to end a podcast.
I know what your nemesis is. It's the recording system.
It is.
I figured it out. Where can we find you?
Right now at my store.
In a
I'm-
deep pit of self-loathing,
Trying to edit this show together.
staring at a picture of me. Hey, curse you, Richmond.
I'm gonna do like that Rocky thing where he just like grabs the photo off the mirror and crumples it dramatically.
Drago!
Rocky turned 40 the other week.
I saw that. It was another movie that just hit a major milestone. Was it Mighty Ducks? I think something else just hit a major.
It's not as good as Rocky.
No.
You're on Twitter.
Yes, I am at Junior Rich.
We'll be back next week because you know what? It's Christmas, bitch.
That should be the month. December on the Editors Podcast. It's Christmas, bitch.
We'll be back.
Ho ho ho.